Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, May 17th, and it's time for my daily live. And happy Monday. So every day I come, I'm going to talk about bills elected in elections. Sometimes I'm going to put a little twist, and sometimes I'm going to add a little something different. So today is a twist day. So I want to talk about inside baseball. I want to talk about inside the party politics, because a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff going on. We are in the middle of our reorganization session. And so Democrats who haven't been engaged for a while are getting back engaged, and Democrats who are ready for this and who live for this time are engaged. And so there's a lot of talk. And so folks who are not as hyper engaged or who are thinking about getting engaged have been asking all kinds of questions. And so I thought I should probably take a little bit of time today and pull back the curtain a little bit and tell you what happens as part of our reorg, because I've been talking about it for a little while. So we convene, and this year it's going to be on Zoom, which is new. We've not done it. We've not done a reorganization convention remotely or electronically ever before. So this is going to be new. It is my hope that because you can join from your couch, from your living room, eating what you want to eat, not spending some hotel money, that we'll have increased participation. So what happens is we're going to join the Zoom. The federations, which are our affinity groups, right? So they're going to be, Stonewall Federation, the African American Federation, Native American Federation. They're all going to have breakout rooms where you can join their breakout rooms and hear about the federation and hear how you can get involved in those affinity groups, right? And then that's going to be happening while we credential and make sure that we identify who is eligible to vote. Then we're all going to get back together in the same room. Pledge of Allegiance, we're going to hear from a great speaker in Stacey Plaskett, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, one of the impeachment managers. She's going to be our keynote speaker. We're going to do a state of the state, what's been going on in the state party, where are we headed now? We're going to do a financial report. How much money did the party raise? Where did that money go? And what are our plans there? Then we're going to vote, and we're going to elect a chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer. Then we're going to vote for affirmative action positions, because one of the major tenets of the Democratic Party is that we are for inclusion. And our affirmative action positions, our affirmative action committee, is all about making sure that in all of our decisions, we are including those folks who are typically underrepresented. So we're going to elect those folks at convention. Then we're going to review the rules of how we run our party and update those rules, and the whole body gets to be in on that. Then we're going to review our platform. What does the Oklahoma Democratic Party stand for? What things are important to us? Is it climate? Is it education? Is it healthcare? Is it all of that? We're going to go in, we're going to review our platform, establish our platform, and our body will decide that. And so that's what we do at convention. Now, typically, we rent a big convention center and we're moving around, and you get to, the people from Cherokee County get to talk to the people from Adair County, and that they don't normally get to see. And so it's going to be different. We're going to try to accomplish that through all of these breakout rooms, so people can go in this room and talk to folks from this group and talk to folks from this group. So that's what we're going to do. So there's just a lot of energy and activity around this. We had a debate from all the candidates who are running for chair this past weekend, which ignited and got a whole bunch of other people involved and excited about what's going on. So I have to take a moment and say this. It's a race. We have a race every 2 years. The elections will be on June 12th. I am begging Oklahoma Democrats to remember that on June 13th, we're all still going to be Democrats, and we need to be kind to one another. We need to not say things that we can't take back. And we definitely need to not say things that we can't take back on social media or on the internet where it's just going to be there forever. So in the ensuing month, I'm just going to put out one more plea that we be kind to one another and we remember that we're all on the same team. So I wanted to talk about that. So I'm going to make sure that I got everything that everybody has been asking me. So if you're watching this and you've never been to convention and you don't know if you're eligible to vote, so the chances are you're not, because this is a process that starts way back in February when we start electing all of our delegates. We start electing all of our delegates. So it's the precinct level where I was saying this is how you get involved. It's at the precinct level. And then it goes to the county level. And so that's more ways of getting involved and more voting delegates. And then we have our district level, more ways of getting involved and, shoring up our delegates. And that's who actually gets to vote. And so there are all these different levels, and it's not too late. It's not too late to get involved because there are still federation elections. There are ways to be precinct officers later because precinct are from, and we didn't fill all of our precinct officer positions all over the state. So it still be a place for you. And if there's not, I promise you, we want precinct officers everywhere. And there is not a limit on how many precinct officers we can have. So reach out to your county officers, ask them how you can get involved, ask them how you can be a precinct officer and what does it take, because they're waiting for you. They absolutely need you. So my version of bills, electeds, and elections for today, our bills are our resolutions. Those are our rule. Those are what we stand for. Our electeds are our chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, affirmative action positions. And our elections are the actual voting on June 12th. So I still talked about that, but I just put a little spin because there's been all of this kind of stuff. I want everybody to understand that they have a place in our tent, that we want you in our tent. And I'm trying to make sure you know what's happening in the tent. Let's see. That's the big thing that I wanted to cover. Other elections this Saturday the 22nd. We're having the Stonewall Federation. That is our LGBTQIA2S plus community. And what their role is, they are advocating for the issues that affect that community. They're recruiting candidates of that ilk or who are affirming of that community and supporting them. And it's a place to be. They're having their election this Saturday on May 22nd. Go out to our Facebook page. It's there now. Out to our website and find out how you can be involved. And then on June 5th, our Disability Federation is having their convention. Another way to get involved. And the only reason I keep mentioning those is because I want everybody to know that there is an entry point for you. Whatever your interest is, there is a way for you to be involved. And why is all this important? Because it sounds like, why do we need all these levels? Because we need as many people in our army, as many people in our tent as we possibly can get. We have got to change the makeup of our legislature. Right? It is 75% Republican, even though Republicans only make up 50% of the electorate, gerrymandering anyone, but they're 75% of our legislature, and we have got to change that. We have got to get organized, we have got to get united, and we've got to elect more Democrats. That's what this is all about, is we've got to elect more Democrats, and we need to help the Democrats that we have keep their seats. So all of this, sounds convoluted, but it's really important. And during the debate on Saturday, the issue of inclusion of rural counties came up, and it is a big deal. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of people may say we don't need to think about our rural communities. But here's the thing. We've got to shore up our rural communities and make people feel like they matter. Losing in our rural communities, 48 out of 77 counties in Oklahoma lost population. We've got to spend some more attention and some more energy in rural Oklahoma because people are leaving. And I think they're leaving because our Republican-led legislator isn't thinking about them. But we're here and we need to think about them. All righty, guys. That's what I have for you today. You guys have a great one. I will be back tomorrow at 4:15, back to my regularly scheduled programming. Don't forget tonight to join the Hamilton Report at 7 o'clock. Scott will be talking to Representative John Waldron from Northeast Tulsa. I don't know if they're going to be talking about education or what's going on at the legislature. Those are two big things that John talks about all the time. But go out to our Facebook page or our YouTube page, OK Democrats, and pop in and hear what John and Scott are talking about this evening. You guys have a great one, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15.